Hi, Jane Harling here, womenpropertybuyers.co.uk. Now on Tuesday, I spoke a little bit about what to do if you've identified a project which looks like it can make you quite a nice chunk of money, but then you've discovered the council usually require parking or they usually require amenity space and you don't have any. So we went through a few ways how you can overcome those apparent issues, which really aren't, maybe not problems at all. And another problem some people come up with sometimes is the need for bin storage and recycling space. And this can sometimes require quite a bit of space when you take into account all of your recycling boxes and this type of thing. So ideally, it's great to have a place outside which you can fence off and make it the allocated refuse bin storage space. But what are you to do if you don't have any outdoor space? Does this mean that you can't go ahead? Well, not necessarily. It's perfectly possible to make the bin storage and recycling storage in a room or in a basement or somewhere like that within your development. We usually use a room which perhaps is really difficult, an odd-shaped room or a basement with no light or somewhere where we think, I don't really know what we can put in there otherwise anyway. But just one consideration I'd like to draw to your attention, and that's if you do use an indoor room or an indoor space or somewhere and allocate it to bin storage and recycling storage, this room must be fully fireproofed, and also it must be fully ventilated as well. Now you may think this is a strange consideration, but an awful lot of fires can start in refuge bins, in refuge spaces and so on. And also the ventilation, well, can you imagine weather like we've been having this summer? It's not very good, is it, to have a bin store inside? It would be absolute health hazard. So these are building reg requirements, and as long as you know what's required, they pose no problem at all. Really easy to fireboard, really easy to include in your ventilation system when you're planning a scheme. So that's just one little item along with the parking and amenity space, which means that you should be able to identify projects that perhaps other investors think are impossible, that they're not going to happen. But you see, if you're properly educated in doing these kind of projects, then you'll be able to spot these opportunities. Problems to other investors, but opportunities to you. And this is exactly the kind of thing we cover on our introduction to converting properties and title splitting courses. And our next one's on September the 16th, or Saturday, September the 16th in central London, where we're going to be going through how you can find the projects, how you can work out whether or not is it a good project or not, is it worth doing, how to get planning and get around these little problems and so on, and turn them into opportunities. And also how to get round the building regs and what kind of building inspectors to work with. We always prefer private building regs is the way we usually go. And then the title splitting and finally the exits. 7 distinct steps to a successful and a very profitable property conversion. And it would be great to see you there. And if you're quick enough with booking, you can also take advantage of our early booking offer. So read on in the email and it'll give you the code to use where you can save well over £100 on the day. Could be your pathway to earning more than the national average wage in the smallest of deals. Really quick and really simple. So look out for more tips next week, and great speaking.